It's the 4th edition of Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year promotion. Cuatro Punto Cero. It's unbelievably amazing. You can win free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free cable, TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free passes to Sunshine Promotion events for 2023, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a lunch package. Be sure to fill out the entry forms and enter it into the marked entry boxes at all Hubbard's departments and at participating outlets. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2023. Draws will be held every 2 weeks. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah. Welcome to the ride. So now I get confused at which one I have to look at. But this is, you're here. Yeah, welcome to the ride, guys. Welcome to Ride Along Live. As you come in, go ahead and share up the thing, share up the program, and say, I share. Big up to Toronto Locked On. Guys, today is a conversation that is overdue. It's overdue. We're supposed to have this conversation long time, even before the start of the season. But a lot of things happened within the past couple of days, which it made it almost necessary. It made it necessary to have this conversation now. Now, joining us today are pure professionals in their own right? All of my brothers and sister who's going to be joining us here in a little while, they are professional. They have really exemplified, hard work and dedication into their chosen field, right? Big Pumps HD, which you guys know, is a MC. He's a producer. He does voiceover ads. He does television editing. He does everything. So he's making a life for himself doing what he loves. Our next guest also is you guys know him. He is an artist. He's a Soca Monarch champion. He's a producer. He's a writer. He's a videographer. Just a list of things, man. He's a strict professional. And he just added, well, not just added, he just added another big name to his title, which is a promoter. He is the promoter of the recently held Kids Soca Monarch, which we're going to talk about there because there's a lot of chat in the blogosphere in regards to that particular event. And joining us right now also, I just see she just came in. She is a professional as well. Mr. Chrissy has done everything from news broadcasting to dancing to everywhere I look, I see something happening. Mr. Chrissy is right there, so she's going to be joining us here. So guys, help me to welcome our professionals, Upstage TV, Mr. Chrissy, Luni Spark and Electrify, Big Pumps HD. I feel honored to be among this group here. I feel very honored. How you guys doing? Ladies first. Missy, how you doing?
I am good, Junior. It's so good to see you. Hello to everyone locked in to Ride Along. It's a pleasure, of course, always connecting with you.
Nice. Absolutely great. Let's go to Mr. Luni Spark himself, and he's gearing up for a great season. Soca Monarch, Groovy. I don't know. You ain't jump on the Soca thing. You ain't jump on the Kaiso thing. You ain't Kaiso in this year, no?
Soon, man. Sometime soon, man. I mean, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being here. Good night to Missy. Big Pumps, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Of course, all the viewers locked in. We here.
Yeah, man. Nice. And we're going to have a nice discussion. We're going to have a nice discussion. And of course, I would say this guy need no introduction. He has been the longest running host, I believe, for the Soca Monarch, Groovy Monarch. He is a familiar name, a familiar face. Big Pumps, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Nice. And we're going to have a nice discussion. And of course, I would say this guy need no introduction. He has been the longest running host, I believe, for the Soca Monarch, Groovy Monarch. He is a familiar name, a familiar face. Big Pumps, how you doing, my brother?
Afternoon, Junior George. Afternoon to the panel, Missy, Luni Spark, and the wider audience. Pleasant good evening.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, listen, let's get right into it because there's so much to talk about, so much to discuss. So let's jump straight into it. Let me see. I'll start with you, ladies first. About the season, what's your thoughts on the season so far? We just about just a couple of weeks before Carnival. What's your thoughts? How are you going?
Listen, first of all, Carnival is my favorite time of year before Christmas. So for y'all who love Christmas, this is my time to full joy myself. And it really is for me that expression, the climax of all the things I've been doing all my life, which is dancing, playing pan, performing. It is really the climax of all of that. And I love the showcase of talent. I believe that Spice Mass 2023 is gearing up to be a really exciting season. I think it'll be a successful season in terms of promotion, those people doing events. Mass, I think we will have a lot of people on the road. And I also think that the music is turning out to be quite a good one. I think the Groovy Soca competition alone is looking good. The Calypso is looking good. So I believe Spice Mass 2023 is going to be successful. Hats off to all the private people making it happen. And of course, to the public sector supporting the process.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Luni Spark, you've been in the whole process as an artist. You're gearing up for competition. How has it been? What's your thoughts on the season thus far?
I mean, it's been great. It's been great. I mean, as with all seasons, you have to prepare in advance. I mean, I wouldn't say unfortunately, this year was a bit challenging for us as well because we just hosted the Kids Soca Monarch, which was a great event. I put a lot into the product in terms of ensuring that we had songs that is children friendly and the songs that that they could connect with. And as you can see, the result. We try to do. I did a lot of production in terms of the videos for them to get them exposed, and 100% I was behind them marketing them. So I did music, but I didn't do too much music.
Right.
Just enough. It's just enough to have that balance because it might sound easy, but it was a hard one where you have to be behind the scenes producing, doing the videos, and ensuring that we put a good product together. So all in all, I mean, I must say it was a great product, a great show. And as you can see with the response and the feedbacks from people, I mean, people were happy with, a lot of people thought it was just, when they say kids, so come on, like you think, well, it's a little children thing, but now as you saw, I mean,
right.
It's more on a junior level because I, for myself, started off on a junior level in the year 2002.
Right.
With artists like Mr. Killer, Little Natty, even Mikey Hutchinson and his brother was in that competition that year. So I saw the need to, give the youth a platform instead of having them to fight up with the big guns. Give them a platform, let them grow, help mentor them, develop them, so that when they reach the age, I mean, I must say the future is in great hands where soca is concerned in Grenada.
Yeah.
We're trying to groom them and guide them in the right path.
Yeah,
so
man.
I must say that was one success for me for the season so far. I mean, we have our competition coming up. We have Groovy semifinals on Thursday, Friday, the Power. And Spice Mass is gearing up to be a big one. A lot of foreigners hitting me up.
We got talk a lot more about the event.
Right.
Because there's a lot of conversations happening there. But let's just get a preliminary touch at it. Big Pumps, looking at what's happening so far. You have the season, you have the Soca Monarch preliminaries, we have the semifinals coming up. What's your thoughts of the season thus far in terms of the music and everything for Spice Mass 2023?
Well, Junior, music-wise, let me start music-wise. Music-wise, we have a lot of music. There is absolutely a lot of music out there. Question is the quality of some of the music. We have some great songs. We have some amazing songs, all right? Production-wise, most of them are up there. I mean, in and between, you're going to have one or two that's substandard, and we're not here to really cry down anybody, but it's just like, it's where we're going. It's like we're on a holistic scheme of things. We are ahead. We're heading in the right direction. So I don't want one or two songs that's kind of off be the whole focus of Spice Mass and say, oh, it's that or it's this or it's that. Generally we have some great music. Fets, there's a lot of fets. I mean, every corner you turn, every junction on a Sunday or a Friday, just that vibe, the jab, the old mass. I even see some Missy Chrissy's passion there, the sailor mass. I've been seeing those things around.
Yeah.
So a lot is happening. A lot is happening. The police are out in force. Spice Mass is granting the permission to folks, and it's a free market economy, so everyone take their bite.
Right. Let's start with the music, because one of the criticism that I've heard so far, right, is that in the preliminary round, people was not satisfied with the quality of music, with the standard of music. They thought that a lot of the artists didn't really take time to prepare on the music. I mean, my thoughts of it is different, but the public is saying, John Public is saying that, the quality was just not there during the preliminary round. Is that the stage that we need to look at to judge a season by looking at the preliminary round when everybody's tossed in and everybody's in competition? Missy, I know you had an opinion on that. I know you had spoke somewhere on that in terms of the performances and the quality of music in the preliminaries.
This is a big topic for real, Junior. I would say that you can't judge it just based on the preliminary round, because you would find that there are artists who are not even in competition, who are running the airwaves and who are also in every event. Every event you go to, their song is pumping, but they may not even be in the preliminary round. But I do also believe that competition, especially in Grenada, is very important when it comes to soca music reaching the masses. And also it's a great platform for artists just trying to, the ones knocking on the door. It's a great platform for them as well. In terms of the quality, there's something that happens to us every single year. And this, I used to work on radio. And when the season just starts and the soca playing, you're like, I don't know. And then a few weeks into hearing a song for a few times, you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? And I could tell you, even with Vaughn's song that just came out, Welcome to Spice Mass, the first time I hear it, I didn't have the same reaction I have it now. So it takes some time sometimes for songs to grow on you. There are some songs that are fire from the jump and it hits you one time. But I do believe that we have to also purposefully seek and be interested in our music in order to really feel the vibe. You have to do that every year. And especially the older you get, because once you hit 30, you tend to not be interested in new music. So if you're older, you have to make a conscious effort to subscribe to music. I do a Grenada Soca playlist on my YouTube channel every year just to get my friends going, people from abroad who follow me, that type of thing, to get accustomed with the music. So I think we're good. What I will say before I end on this topic is I would like our artists to focus a little bit more on music that can make someone dance and whine. I feel like we're lacking that. As someone who looks to music for its structure for dance fitness, and also as a party goer, I love to go to a party and dance. I need more music that beckons my body to move. Full stop.
Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that kind of music pumps? Because you are on the ground, and we saw what happened a few months ago. We don't necessarily have to talk about that, but you have seen music displayed on stage, some of which might be good, some of which you may have to make a decision and that can't go further. Are there more of those than the good ones, from your opinion?
In my opinion, there is more good music out there this year than there is what we could trash talk. As Missy rightly said, sometimes a song comes out the first couple of times, you ain't feel you. And you need time to grow on you. Somebody needs that experience, or you need you to be outside in a party, in a fete, in a particular situation, and then it all makes sense to you what this guy was singing about. And many times on social media, the folks who are the loudest mouth and who talk the most about the music, it might be amaze you, they don't go to a party, they don't go to a fete. They sit back there and they're not because here you are in your office and you listen to a song. It's a different vibe than when you in the fete with all the sweat and the heat and the the gyrations and the left and the right and the bass pumping you, it hits you different.
Right.
So, as Missy was saying, it's people gotta transcend their thoughts sometimes. It's not just
Right.
office.
Right. Is it harder, Luni, is it harder trying to create songs to make people dance and to make people happy when you have to think about competition and Soca Monarch? Because that Soca Monarch is about jumping and waving. So it kind of like, do you produce music to make people dance, or you produce music to compete on stage for that night?
That's a tricky question, because I'll use Bacchanal Party for example. That year I weren't planning on competing. I was just doing music. And I feel like sometimes when you limit yourself or you limit a song to competition, it tends to kind of, not all the time it happens. Sometimes you get away with it. But sometimes it tends to stay in the stadium. Depends on how you construct your song. I believe we just have to do music. Just do music. If there is a song that kick, then you use the song for competition. What you can also do is just place a lot of emphasis in your music, whereby just in case, because you can't always know what's going to happen. I say being consistent is the hardest thing. Gratefully, we over the years we've been trying to stay within that mix. And being consistent is one of the hardest things for an artist. I know sometimes we as patrons and supporters and fans come down on an artist, and they might say, you have 12 months to get ready. But not all the time an artist would get it right. I go off of vibes, Sometimes I get a rhythm and it's full of vibes, and just that rhythm alone just help me to create something, create a monster. And there are times where you just can't get right. You understand? Even if you put out a vibe and you to yourself as the artist would think, yeah boy, that one look like you got hit. But when you put it out there, you realize the people and really gravitate towards it. On that same note, I just want to strengthen a point where you asked the question about the songs. We have a lot of great songs in the season. We just have to give those songs the how should I put it? A more listening ear. Radio play it more. Artists promote your songs more, because with the preliminary round now, I think like people goes to see the ones that not still up there. Over the years we've been using it as entertainment. A lot of songs gone viral just because of the prelims, but there is a lot of great songs. You have to remember, after it all said and done, when the final night comes down, you get a full 10 proper songs,
right?
10 or 12 or whatever is the case. At the end of the season, you would say, we had a great season and the music were out there. We have to just know what to push, what to make fun of.
Right.
It's all entertainment at the same time.
I had a conversation with Ashida the other day, right? And we were speaking about this radio thing, right? And she was saying that, songs that ain't getting radio play, and, so by them not getting radio play, they're not able to excel or to reach the masses. Like, I was saying, like, why?
Nah, we gone past that.
We gone past radio play.
We gone past that. I think it's a responsibility for we to promote. As an artist, you promote your brand, you promote your music in every way possible. Be it you get 10 likes, be it you get 5 views, you promote, because you have to believe in yourself at first as an artist. You have to believe in your craft, believe in your product. Because if you, as a vendor, selling something, you have to market it, you have to push it, you have to try to get people to buy it. So at the same time, you would say radio. I see a lot of songs weren't playing on radio heavily, but it's heavy on the ground, all because the artists, in every shop, every corner, they're pushing the song until it blew up. So we have to, radio is very important, but we have to stop focus and say that and point fingers and blame it on a DJ. You understand? But promote ourselves in every way possible.
Yeah. Ashida is there and she's watching, and she said, Junior, don't talk behind my back. So I'm talking in front of talking in front of your face. She was here. I was saying, no, they don't need radio. They can push it on this.
Yeah. Now we have to promote. It's very important. If it realize this year, I decided, you know what, I invest heavily into my visuals. I have like 3 songs that add visuals too. And I feel like sometimes you have to put a face to something, put a face to the artist, put a face to a song. I've been in the business over the past 19, 20 years. Started in school, And there are people now that, you know, you hear about Luni Spark and Electrify, but still can put a face to the artist. So I feel like we have to promote in every way possible as artists and stop pointing fingers. I mean, there are situations where artists might feel, you know, their songs not getting played enough or whatever is the case. But that's one thing I've been in the business all these years, and I never focus on that. I feel like, you know, you put out your music, and eventually, you know, they will catch on. Yeah, man.
Pumps, you are a promoter. You out there like no other. I mean, you back and forth. I don't know when you're here. I don't know when you're in Grenada. You're just all over the place. But you listen to songs, and you are a part of making songs big because of the work that you do. How do you determine what's a hit, or what people should, or what you would share on your timeline?
Well, let me speak to it in two sections. You know, music comes out, and music have different functions. So let's suppose I'm doing a bacchanal party ad. I want a song that probably fit in with the theme, as Missy says, she wants a song to make her gyrate and that vibe. So I'm looking for songs like that. I'm gonna look for a good hook that just sells off the story one time. So when you're writing your song, you have to have a good hook. And also you have to have structure, because a song is basically a story. You need an intro, you need the body to develop on the theme or the topic what you're singing on, and then you need the conclusion, like how you wrap up that story. So many times these are the things that would guide a hit. But Junior, something that is significant that we have to be aware of, it's nowadays with the technology. Remember before you had to play and record, and it takes you a while to go back in the crate to get the record and to search for that needle and find that part. That allowed you to play 2 verses in a song and 2 chorus. Now with the technology, as Sarato, as you drop that song, by the time you in 10 seconds, you could drop 2-3 tunes one time. So now the artists are kind of challenged, like, do they really pay attention to developing a whole storyline, or you just go straight to the hit because you have like literally 10 seconds or 20 seconds to sell your song? So the technology is even driving the way that we produce or we write songs. So sometimes it cannot be even too hard on the artists.
Right. I understand. Missy, I saw you were shaking your head on that.
Shit. Was it a yes or a no? I can't remember.
but the truth about it is, so what he's saying, it makes sense. Artists sometimes just jam the story into like the first verse or so, because sometimes when you're in a party, Jed, you know, they don't play, they're not playing the whole song. They just like the first 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and wheel up and pull up and jump to another song. So artists put like a lot of energy into that first short period, that first probably verse or so. And then the story doesn't really continue like down in the next verses and continue down. I don't know if that's a deficit or that's a barrier or that's, you know, killing.
I don't know. I mean, we've been seeing if we just look at dancehall and hip hop, we've been seeing that songs are becoming shorter, right? Because our attention spans are also shorter, but also because the way we're consuming music and what we're consuming it for has also evolved, right? So I remember days when we went to Fantasia on a Friday night, we might have gotten the whole song before it mixed another. But now, you know, in effect, like Pumps just said, verse, chorus out of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I would say in terms of a hit, I love the idea of the construction. For me, if you're trying to get me to listen to your song, that intro, you have about 6 seconds to convince me that your song is worth listening to. So you see Bacchanal Party, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
One time.
I'm ready. Yeah. And if after the verse and the chorus and your next verse is fire, we still juggling. We right there. Yeah. So it's based on how good your song is, because let's be real, in soca, I can't think of any songs now, but there are some songs that will move to the second verse because it's that good, even in effect.
Yeah. It's like no early warm. It's like no early warm. And you know, that is the same thing we see even when I create videos, right? You see that first 3 seconds, you have to say something or do something that captivates the people. Otherwise, you lose them forever. That first 3 seconds is so important. What you say, what the music, like that catch me. Boom, I'm listening. The rest of the song, I'm done. I'm sold.
And Junior, I've been using that formula for the past couple of years. You see that intro?
Yeah.
Very important. people don't have that. People don't have much time to wait to hear a best part down in the song. You catch them early and you grab them throughout. So it's basically you build a story whereby you have to catch them and keep them there.
Yeah.
So as they continue to listen, oh, that song have a vibe. And then before you know it, they listen to the entire song.
Yeah.
Sparks,
Hey.
where does that take you back to? You know what that takes me back to? When we did Spartan. You came, I brought you by me to play a bass line on a rhythm I was working on, and I was in my room, and he played just that piece, intro, and that I got up from my bed, I came and said, Sparks, hey, that's Soca Monarch right there.
Wow.
That's it. We scrapped my project, just that. He's right there. He could tell you
Man.
just that.
Yeah, man.
And with that said, there is a song right now that I'm watching. It's a big song, but the first couple 10 seconds of the song, Sparks, it's not mixed well.
Right.
It's light.
Right.
The words is there.
Right.
The harmonies is there.
Right.
But when you play it, it's light.
Yeah.
If that artist only go back and just touch that knob, that song is gonna destroy the place. But I've learned not everybody can take criticism.
You learn that.
So so I'm gonna back you know? And it's a big artist. Spax know that. Spax sometimes does fix his songs 10 times until he gets it right.
Listen,
He spends the money and remasters.
Quality is important, yeah.
How do you tell an artist, like, listen, Virgin, that song could be fire, you know, but you need to go and fix this piece of the song, you know. You need to go and just
Junior, you're fighting me down. You're fighting me down, Junior. You're fighting me down.
How do you say it?
Listen.
Right way to say it.
It's a tricky thing in a Junior. You have to know how to bring it to an artist.
Yeah.
Because people would come to an artist in the wettest time to tell them something. They would wait, like an artist might just come off stage, let me say competition, and say, you know what, something in there, that song missing something. And you to yourself feel like you spend so much of time here, you had it done, your master, your mix. But you know what? Sometimes you have to go back and try to figure out because at the end of the day, what they say, that's the consumer, that's the people who are listening, that's the people who are gonna be in the crowd, is the people to feel that final end of the song, is the people to feel that. So if someone come up to you and say, you know what, I feel you know, if they could give you an idea as to what they think missing, then it's even helpful. I mean, you have people who would criticize and they can't really tell you what way can you improve. But it's a very tricky thing to go up to an artist and tell them, and unless it's you bring it across in the right way, I mean, they will take it in a positive.
What's the right way, Missy? Take a walk at this, Missy. What's the right way, Missy?
I mean, there is a way to actually criticize. There's a formula that some people go by, which is you usually say, well, first, I want to know if you're open to the criticism. So, because way back when people would send me songs and they would say, oh, tell me what you think. And then I would give my honest opinion. I mean, I've been consuming music for how long? I grew up in a studio. My father used to do music. And I'm playing pan, so I'm very familiar with music. And they wouldn't want the criticism because, you know, it's every soca song is a baby for somebody. Every song is a baby. And don't tell them a baby ugly. You understand? So, but what I would say is I would make sure that they actually want to receive what I have to say. If I find they're not in a place where they're not ready to receive it, I do not give it. Then first you give them something positive. So you say, all right, I like the color, the color, the shirt is nice, everything, ting. And then you get in to find a soft way to give the opportunities for it to be better.
Like, okay,
so don't just say, oh, there's a white thing on your shirt. Tell me there's a white thing on my shirt, but this is how you can remove it.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Well, Pumps.
Well, pretty much what Missy said is what I've done recently. We saw it. I give two really nice compliment, the attire, the look, the vibe, and I just kind of suggest where it. We all know where that went. Yeah. But I'm one that if I'm gonna tell it, I'm gonna tell it as it is. I'm gonna tell it. Sometimes I don't have the timing to figure out if you could receive it or not, because we're in show business, and show business is serious business. If I don't tell you, you might find it harsh, and you might go on the stage. People are stone people off stage. We're forgetting that. they just stone artists off stage if you annoy them to that point. So you could deal with it, me telling you straight, or you could have the whole crowd booing you and the whole stadium stoning you off the stage. So
now, because listen, people go to the Apollo, and you know the Apollo thing does work. You know what I mean? You ain't good, they boo you up, they come and they pull you off the stage.
Yes.
Legit.
and as an artist, you present yourself out there. It's like you're giving a product. You can't dictate and tell people, oh, you shouldn't do that. You present yourself. You have to be aware that some nights will go good. You might go in a fete tonight and they boo you and they stone you. It's just the wrong audience.
Right.
And that same, the next night you go in a place and you mash up that fete fine with the same performance.
Yeah. That's true. Guys, we want to get you guys involved in this conversation. We're having this very, very good conversation with Missy, Chrissy, Luni Spark and Big Pumps HD. And of course, you could call in anytime to give your point on this, right? So let's talk about this conversation that is in social media right now. Now, Sparks and his brother, I have to give you guys real compliment for doing the work of, I believe, of the Cultural Foundation. I believe you guys are doing the work of government in many cases by producing this show called the Kid Soca Monarch. Splendid. Love it. Round of applause. You guys deserve it. Let me give you right here.
Yeah, Judge. Drop some claps in the comments.
Yeah. Congratulations, my brother. Big.
Blessings.
And what people don't understand, Spark, I was talking to you earlier. They don't understand that you didn't just produce a show or promoted a show. You created the whole show. You created basically you created the visual, you created the music, the artists, you promoted them, you promoted it, you make it successful. You did the whole thing. You guys worked like a whole big agency that did everything to make this successful, right?
Correct.
Tell us about putting together this event for us. Before I ask the question on what transpired, though, tell us about putting that event together.
All right, so it's our fourth. Before I answer that question, it's our fourth installment of the Kids Soca Monarch. During COVID, we couldn't have done it. It would have been the sixth now. And we started off. We've been doing Fun Day, right? And the dream or the idea wasn't even near, but we realized that the Fun Day was growing. And I thought about it. I said that, you know what, I want to always give the youths a platform because we used to have the little performances, etc. Wanted to give them a platform. I said, why not? I started off on a junior level. Let me try doing Kids Soca Monarch. And I started off, TJ won the first year. For the past 3 years, he won, which is Tarpy's son. It's been a situation where we've been doing it and not really making any money, where the show, the event is concerned. And we always wanted to lift the price every year. Once we get support, lift the price. And it's been challenging. And I think that's ways I could probably give them more exposure, because I always like to refer to me back then. I didn't have that opportunity. I didn't have mentorship. I didn't have all this kind of video of somebody to produce a song for me, help me write a song. I didn't have that. So we just wanted to give them the opportunity in a bigger way, in all ways possible. So it's been challenging. It's a lot behind the scenes. People would see the show and say, congrats. I will accept it in every way possible, but there's a lot that goes into the songs and into the production where the artist is concerned. We don't accept any songs that promotes violence, violence against women, alcohol, any kind of vulgar thing. Where the songs is concerned, if you listen to all the songs, they are clean. Anybody can listen it. It's children friendly, and it can play, and you would enjoy it. Melodious, they're nice, and they're accepted. We try to keep that standard, because if we're looking at a future and we're looking at, you see where music is going right now, and soca, the biggest soca songs now is not clean songs. It's not the cleanest of songs. And we don't want the youth to think that's the right way. So that's why we try to keep our competition in such a way that they produce good songs. And I always like to make reference to when we won Soca Monarch the first time, it was a positive song. We aiming high. The following year was the same thing. Look right in Trinidad Voice. Won Soca Monarch, International Soca Monarch numerous times with a positive song. So we don't have to think that because a song is trending, that's the right way to go. Nobody not saying you cannot do a song like that, but I think it's inappropriate for a child or a young artist coming up to go down that road. I've seen it. Some of them submit the songs and we let them know it's not clean, it's not children friendly, it's
Right.
not for our competition, and we just set that standard, and that's why the competition today is over that standard of that level. That's why today people can see the youths in our competition songs better than some of the adults.
Mm-hmm.
And not in any kind of disrespect or anything, but that's the truth. The people say it. I didn't say it. Because the songs are relatable and the songs are nice.
Well, okay, the event was criticized. There was a lot of conversation on social media about the organization, the preparation of that particular event. Two of the things that I heard. One, folks was talking, and Missy even spoke on that. Folks was talking about there was this particular guest performer in that particular in your show, a young girl, very young girl, who came and she performed. She had dancers, and the way how she was getting on and the lyrics in that song was, I mean, you would think that adults would be the one who's singing those songs, not that tight, not at that level at all. But anyway, that particular performance was allowed to be displayed on your show. Secondly, people were talking about Temptress' performance. And how she played and what she did, and some folks saw the video. And the third thing was the DJ, the music that was played. So address first the performer that sang, the young girl that performed with the dancers.
Okay, so straight to the point, right? First of all, was a young artist. I wasn't at the venue at the time, but I was entering the venue, hearing the lyrics of the song. First of all, you remember, parents have a responsibility. If you, as a parent, reach out to me for your daughter to do a guest performance. In your wildest dream, Junior, if an adult reach out to you for a child to do a guest performance at your event, in your wildest dream, you would think it's a clean song. It's a child, you expect it to be something that a parent would give permission to. So me as a promoter, we give opportunities. We give people opportunity. It could be a dance. If you see my child could dance and you want an opportunity to dance, I don't think we have to do a dress rehearsal first to make sure the child could dance. We give them the opportunity, we give them a platform. That is exactly what we did. At the time when I heard it, I had to call my brother quick, because you know what we stand for. To make a long story short, I think it's a responsibility for adults and parents. If you have a child, they have to go to a studio, they have a song, you have to know, right, that the song too child friendly. Let me see how we could fix the song. Let me see how we could do whatever in whatever way possible to ensure that it goes out and it paints a good picture. Because remember, when it comes to a child, it reflects on who give them the permission. And I don't want it to be reflecting on we as a promoter when we all we did was give an opportunity for you to showcase themselves. Long story short, moving on to the next act, I don't think
before we go on to the next act, just take a pin there. Right before we go on to the next act, Missy, you had a mouthful to say on that.
I did.
Yeah.
A whole 37 minutes yesterday. One of the questions I had was whether this was vetted or not. And I think Spark definitely just clarified that for me. My biggest concern was just as his concern, which is where are the parents? Because, and especially I know sometimes a mother might be like, it's fine. But I couldn't imagine a father being okay with his daughter doing that on stage. Y'all are all fathers.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't see the performance, so I don't even have a clue. I only heard it from a distance. I didn't see.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I didn't see, so I have no clue. When you're doing an event, you don't just sit there watching the entire show. You're up, down, everywhere, left, right. Well, pumps,
Yeah,
but I think artists and you don't watch the show, so you don't know exactly what happened.
I think now that you know that this could be something, because at the end of the day, it's going to reflect. While I believe it's a parent's responsibility, the problem is that now some people will blame the promoters of the event. So maybe it's an opportunity to say, maybe we have to vet every performance before it comes on. And for instance, that's something I did with Upstage TV show when we had it. We'd have people reach out to us. I would vet the songs before they even come and perform them live on the show or before we share it on our platform. I know there's lots happening, but maybe that could be an approach for the upcoming event? What do you think?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, remember, you live on your lawn. That's how you make a great brand or a great product. There are things that will happen, and you fix it going forward. So instead of we
Yeah.
we knock it in a positive way, even if it might come across as a negative, but we knock it in a positive way where we learn from certain things. Like going forward, you could ensure that, all right. As I was telling Junior, people make mention of the DJs and whatever. I think it's a responsibility for a DJ to know the type of event he's playing in. So you might say as a outsider that you blame the promoter for hiring a particular DJ, but remember, everybody goes on hype these days. But it's a matter of going forward, you let them know, ensure 100% clean, because even if a song is edited or you play the clean version, the children would sing what they know. And they consume more than we in this day and age. A lot of songs that play children singing word for word, I don't even know. So I feel like that's some of the stipulations you could, not stipulations about, at least later a DJ know, you know what, refrain from playing certain songs that would kind of, because we were streaming and everybody has a phone now going live, and there are people also in the crowd that wouldn't appreciate the fact that you play certain songs, although they hear it on the streets, they hear it in their homes, they on the internet 24/7. Although we don't want to be in a position where it seems like we are tolerating or entertaining a certain vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Pumps, on that particular topic right there, right? Whose responsibility is it? Is it the parents' responsibility to ensure, and in this case, the parents ask for a guest appearance? That was not a contender in the competition. Whose responsibility is it? Is it on the artist or the parents or the promoter?
It lies with us all, beginning with the parent. There's no way my child will be writing such songs and I'm bringing them in the studio and carrying them there to sing that. That's with the parent, okay? Now we onto the promoter. You're going to say, well, okay, the promoter should vet this and that. And you know what? Everything have a cause and an effect. You're going to be accused of, oh, you're stifling talent. You doesn't give a man a blind. You don't help in these persons. My way is, I expect the parent to do their job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expected to do my job. The DJ expected to do their job. But if somehow it gets slipped through the crack and you're on stage and you're going down that line, I'm cutting you.
Yeah.
I'm pulling you.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And I said the same thing, because if I were the stage manager, I would have been on that stage. I'll tell the DJ, pull that up, give me a little acapella or something, next act. Because the man, Spark, when you look back, the manner. The manner.
I didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
I was at the park, but I missed that.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm happy you missed it, and the people, maybe a lot of people missed it too, because they may not have been. They may not have supported the Soca Monarch by paying for the pay-per-view, but But I don't want, especially if the parents of these children, mind you, this Pumps just mentioned slipping through the cracks, and I'll say that's a lot slipping through the cracks. A producer sit down, most likely a male, because we don't really have female producers in Grenada doing soca that I know of. A male producer sat down and listened to a child doing this. A parent would have done that. Somebody also helped them with choreography, because I know little children didn't just make that up on their own. Somebody dressed them, somebody bring them to the show and said, go ahead and do that, good luck in your performance. That's a lot of slipping through the cracks, and I'm very concerned. But if those parents or the people responsible, guardians of those children, are listening and watching, I want y'all to know that your children are very talented. And we're not saying that they should not continue to be on stage and to nurture their talent, because my girl was on fire. Her voice was great, her confidence, everything was on point. However, I will say, make it child friendly until she is of an age where that is appropriate. But I think at this stage, it's a little tricky. And here's the thing. We like to say, oh, look at children, he cute. But when she reached 14 and 15, you have a problem with what she's doing. So you have to set the standard from an early age and continue from there.
But here is what's mind-boggling about this whole situation here. What parent could actually, as Pom said, take a kid to the studio probably sit there and watch the child record the song. I didn't hear the song, by the way. I didn't see the performance. But as I've heard people said, it's all about wind back and cock back and all this kind of lyrics that is adult type lyrics. What kind of parent could actually listen to that music and say, yeah, that's right on, my girl. Do some more of that. And when you go on stage, I want you to just show them how you do that. What parent actually would want to do that?
All right, let me tell you, right? I think sometimes as a parent, you're mainly supporting your child, giving them that opportunity, not even thinking that he would elevate to that level. We seen it all the time. When you have a little child, you might have a little boy child, and he could whine. So you're making him whine for everybody. You understand? Whining, all song playing, whining. But we see it as, it's a child, it's cute, as Missy was saying, and we don't take it that serious, especially for a girl child. We have to be careful in this day and age. But at the same time, I just see it from I'm not defending per se the parent, but I guess it was just an opportunity saying, well, my child could sing, not thinking, well, that is inappropriate. I'm seeing it from that perspective. But at the same time, though, I
thought it was innocent, yeah.
Yeah, so as I was saying, like you might see it as a cute little thing you hear, because carnival is about that dancing and thing. But at the same time, most importantly, what we have to remember here going forward. So if there are parents out there, the child want to do certain things, you have to always remember there is things like that, backlash when you don't go down the right way. You might get away with it in a little village, but when you come out on a platform, like for example, our show was streamed, everybody was tuned in, maybe a little village thing, nobody wouldn't have made a big scene about. But giving them a platform like that, you want to ensure that it's children friendly and clean. So it could go both ways. It could go both ways. You have a child, you want to give them that opportunity. Children know they're stubborn already. You just say, all right, you want to sing, I think, but not necessarily meaning that they're promoting children, doing all the kind of vulgar kind of thing. So I could say it could go both ways, based on what a parent would say or a guardian would say. But as Missy was saying, it's a tricky thing. You're asking the question, and as Junior was saying, you're asking yourself, like, who would allow that? But as I say, I'm looking at it from how they probably see it.
Sparks, don't feel bad about it. I'm gonna tell you that, and not because we're friends. Don't feel bad about it. We do things, you do things, and we make mistakes. The people who do things makes mistakes, and we're gonna get it right down the line. So don't even bother.
I love that you said that, Poms. Yeah, because we're not coming on you at all. But to answer that question quickly, Junior, is I like that Spark said they may have seen it as innocent. The truth is, we all have different values, right? Parents have different values, and you see it in the classroom where you have 24 children. Each household has a different value going in. One household might be okay with whining for their child. One may not be. One might be Christian. One might be vegan. So there's different values, and that could be one thing. And another thing we have to take into consideration is that children imitate us.
All the time.
That child probably just say, I imitating what I hearing on radio, what I seeing on TV, on YouTube, and TikTok.
All the time. All the time.
That's what they see. That's what they see. They're a sponge. So let's talk about that then, because there was also criticism of a particular performer. I'm not going to name the performer, but there was a criticism of a particular performer on that event, and the way how she performed. Well, now we know it's a she. I should have just said the way the person performed. I didn't want to give
it away, Junior. Give it away.
Give it away. Oh my God. So how do you deal with that? Being a kids event and not vetting the performers, or do you? Or do you say to the art performers or the artists, you know what? You gotta kind of, remember that kid event, you can check up your background and thing.
I don't think it's a responsibility of the promoter. One, we in carnival, we in the season,
right? And
every performer that touch that stage and the songs they sing is songs that every single person in that place knew. We seen the videos, we consume it from the start of the season to now. So it's not new. We're gonna see Tuesday morning in we face with children gonna be seeing it. So it's nothing that I don't think people should be criticizing and say it's a children event. One, it's a responsibility of an artist, depending on a performer. As I would say, if my repertoire is to go on the stage and whine at a woman, I wouldn't do it at a children's event. But you have to remember what they're seeing is nothing close to what they see in Juve Morning. It's nothing close to what they're seeing in all the videos, all the hip hop videos, all the different genres. I think people kind of push it a little bit with certain things, and shouldn't really come down on an artist because it's a kids event. The children see, the children know it, they singing the songs, and they were happy. They enjoy themselves. I don't think it was that bad. You know, I don't think it was that bad. Just bear in mind that we as artists, you know, we have a responsibility, but at the same time, we don't have that much of a responsibility. We, you know, people have to hold their own. You know, you have a child, you guide them in the right way, let them know what's the right thing to do, how to go about doing things. I grew up in an era listening a lot of bad man songs. I never become a bad man. I listen to songs with gun violence, drugs, rum, and I still maintain my composure and I be me. And I didn't let any of that, you know, I didn't let it influence me in any way possible. There is for and against. You would always find criticism all within the times when something positive is happening. It wasn't that bad. I wouldn't comment much on it, but I would say we were gonna see Carnival Day. Pumps, you know that. We seen what's that not.
Yeah.
Pumps, Juve Morning. Come on, man. All right. Arrest my kiss. Arrest my kiss.
So you're saying that the onus should be on the parents to educate and to basically structure the kid's mind, and the parents should not expect a vlogger or a computer or artist to raise their children for them.
No, well, that's my point. I mean, we in a society where we kind of, I don't want to say it like that, but we kind of hypocrite in our form because we're supposed to play our role and do our part. I don't think it's always pointing finger at Pumps, or Junior Judge supposed to know better. I think it's a situation where once you guide your children in the right way, sometimes we have to see things as entertainment and not take it very personal all the time. And that's how I see it. I mean, me as an entertainer, sometimes I just afraid to sing certain songs because I feel like, all right, you know what? We're so close with the youths. So we're doing kids events all the time. So I have to kind of still try to maintain and not go out of the box. Although, you know, as an artist, sometimes you want to come out of your comfort zone and sing for adults too. And sing music that adults could relate to. Knowing that children would hear it. Most of the time it's the children that run up the views and on the YouTube and all of that. It's them that's on it. But at the same time, it's not 100% responsibility of the artist. That means a lot of songs you would hear that we enjoy and love, you wouldn't hear much of it. I think adults would enjoy hearing songs that it's open for them to listen to, but also we have to remember that it's all there for children as well. But I think it's a responsibility. Everybody have to hold their own. I have a responsibility to go on the stage and know what to say, what not to say. What comes out of my mouth to reflect me in a lot of ways. Be it an MC, be it an artist. You know, every action, you have the little penalties to it. Right. But as I was saying, I don't think it was that bad because we're gonna see what's on that Carnival Day. I mean, the village in the little Juke and Jam events, we seeing those things. I mean, it's just a platform. It comes like that event was an international stage. So we have to be careful. So going forward in the future, I think it's something that you could just simply, you know, even if it's a DJ, you have to let them know, right, you know what? Let me keep it nice. Don't play too much songs that you know would give a bad you know, a bad feedback or whatever is the case after. But yeah, it wasn't that bad, man.
Nadia Edwards is saying that you put together a show for children. There is an unspoken understanding that the content will be children friendly, and people also complain that the time frame probably was not children friendly per se.
Which time frame?
The time frame in which the show went up to.
Oh no, listen.
Conversation.
Our event let me make something clear. I'm not here really to clear the air, kind of format. I had to do an interview. I thought you were speaking about carnival and
No, we're talking about it in general. But I mean, no.
But let me tell you,
those are the information that is circulating on social media. I think it's good that you're doing that. You're clearing that.
Children are there. Not most 98% of the time, children are not there by themselves. 80% of our children that's there is right walking distance from the area. Right. They have events that always happen in Rainbow City, Carnival, children outside 1, 2 in the morning. I'm not saying that to say that my event is an exception, but we have to understand that once the guardians are there and the children are safe, which we always preach on the mic, then I think they're in safe hands. You hear kids talk about there's adults there. That doesn't necessarily mean it was a 12 to 6 event. Mm-hmm. We have fun day from 2 to 6 p.m. If it's a situation you have to catch a bus before a certain time, don't blame it on the promoter and say that the promoter have to provide buses after a certain time. If you know you have to catch a bus, you leave a certain time and you catch your bus. As I said, 80-90% of the patrons there is people right in the neighborhood. Telescope is right there.
Right.
Pulse is right there. You understand, walking distance, and there were buses that walking. And we always on a positive level, we ensure that we have enough security, enough lights, people was well protected, and we good.
Yeah.
Nice, smiling comes.
Yeah. You know what? I'm really passionate about this now, because I really think that we're losing all the positives that came out from that event. I was at the event, remarkable event. And it's typical, I don't even want to say Grenadian style, but in typical human beings, you do a million good, and the one mishap you have is what they're going to charade and put out.
And that's exactly what me and Sparks was speaking about earlier today.
You guys did an amazing job.
Yeah.
You guys, it was on point, everything. I was there. Temptress came on. She was lit. It was fire. If you ask me, I would probably left that to be my last song. I wasn't going to sing it and just sing the intro, because he has a nice intro. The song has melody, he had vibes. I was going to leave. But that's me. Ben, many times I say we sit and we judge people who have 1 or 2 seconds to make a decision and mess it up. But we have weeks to sit down and dissect and think and say, should I do this and that should have happened, and put them in the same position, Sparks. They're making a pure mess of it. So
and as he was saying, and Pumps, as he was saying earlier on too, there's a lot of people who view or comment, and most of these people don't support the art form. Mm-hmm. Most of the people don't come to an event, they don't support. So if you don't support, what are you criticizing about?
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, people have the hands or the fingers to type, and the mouth to see whatever. Yeah. But at the same time, I think, listen, let me tell you how I operate. I would go through social media, see certain things, and not interested. If it seems like something I would want to comment on, I still don't even comment in. Mm-hmm. If you have nothing good to say, if you see something positive you want to, commend, then you type. I think, the preliminary round went and everybody just want to post something for a like or a view or just a little hype, so somebody would screenshot it, make a meme out of it. I think we're just missing the whole idea of support. I think they gave everybody an opportunity, although speaking about the vetting thing, going forward, probably some of the songs you can listen to is to let an artist know, what, dying song in like something I go on to my preliminary stage. So you could go back to the studio, fix it up, ting. But I think, you're giving everybody an opportunity. At the end of the day, I'm sure you're getting a good 10 to 12 good songs in competition. Sorry for moving from there to here, but I'm just saying to say that, I think we should, because you have to remember, when we promote that's what going out and selling. That's what Grenada looking like. So we have to be careful what we push and what we promote. You understand? So listen, it's a conversation.
No, but here's what and Pump said it perfectly, right? You do a million things, and out of the million things, one thing may not be to the standard of a lot of people, and that is what they go focus on. You have one word that is spelled wrong. They ain't gonna see the million word that is spelled correct.
Nah. But once we understand that, the most important thing here is understanding that.
Yes.
And we open for criticism. We open to learn. We open to better the brand. We've been doing it. We've come a long way with it, and all we're here to do is make it better. bigger, creating the avenue, because it's not something that anybody would just take up. As I said, we created a platform because we already had a funding and we already had a ready crowd. We just decided, you know what, give the youth an opportunity and nurture them and build them, mentor them from the ground up. So they don't have to come and fight up in the big Soca Monarch unless it's a situation where they're really good and they could. But you have those that want to start from a very tender age. So we give them that platform to come out there and showcase themselves, mentor them, teach them the right way. And it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better with development. Yeah, man.
Well, listen, Sparks, besides that, you are doing a whole lot more. You have your music, you have things that you're preparing for Soca Monarch, Groovy. A lot of things. So your focus is like all over the place. And you do videos and all that stuff. So you're keeping yourself busy. And I'm proud of the progress that I've seen you make as an artist. Seriously.
Of course. Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Moving in the positive direction. Guys, we are at that time. We are actually over time already. What could be better? Let's end on this one, right? Let's give advice, because folks from the SMC probably watching, folks from the Carnival Committee probably watching, and other agencies that could help culture grow. What advice could we give to help fix the product or make the product better going forward?
I mean, if we say, when you mention the product, are you referring to competition or are you referring to...
No, I'm talking about Calypso. So the whole product of Spice Mass, everything that is Spice Mass.
I mean, I think there is always room for improvement. So far, they've been doing a great job. I see a lot of improvement this year in the terms of the rollouts, the promotions, from the artwork, the ads, things to me going right, things to me going good. As Missy mentioned about the vetting situation, I'm not sure if she was referring to prelims in particular, but as I was saying, that's simply something you could do when artists submit. You know, you just at least get to hear the songs, because I see artists slip through the crack and he don't go live already. And it's nothing you could do after that. You know, people make their memes, they record, and they do what they have to do with it. So this could be, you know, not eliminating, because I remember in the years when we just started, we used to submit a CD, the judge from the CD and go straight to semis. But I'm not going to advise them to do that, but probably listen to the songs, give everybody an opportunity, listen to the songs, and show that it's at least you don't have no word inside it. It would shock you when they start to perform. And you know, if there is, you let them know, you don't disqualify them, you let them know, you know what, fix that, fix this, and then you said give them the opportunity, because when a man spend $100, you want to jump on a stage, you know? I just spending $100 and I ain't touch a stage. Hey, Pops. I mean, in Trinidad, listen, in Trinidad,
Go ahead.
But in Trinidad, when we spend $350 to register, they listen to that song. If you make it, you make it. So just count it as a loss. It's like you play lotto, you spend your money. If you win, you win. Understand? But here we can still give them the opportunity, because I feel like everybody deserves a fair chance, as long as the songs, you know, is not gonna go so viral. But yeah, man, give them a chance. Give everybody a chance to do their thing. Everybody trying. Not at the end of the day, I feel like Grenada has the most artists in the region.
Yes.
We have the most artists in the region. If you want to put on a show, you could pick 10 artists and you're still leaving out 10 good artists.
Look at Obasuka Crew. How much are you getting on Obasuka?
We have a lot of artists. So I think Grenada, we have a breeding ground here. We could produce good stuff, but we just need to, you know, do a lot of maybe little workshops. Although some of you do workshop and artists might feel like they know already. You want to do the stuff. But I feel like even me, I feel like after the season, I want to go in a kind of back in our zone to create some different vibes, and because you know something, you get caught up in a kind of song or kind of vibe and you're going on that road. But there's room for good music, and I think if we develop, we act, we could create, even if we cannot create a full industry here, because here is small, we need I always say we need an next 100,000 again. So we could have more shows, because when I look at the season, it's a handful of shows. We have to be grateful. Pums, big up yourself for the Hot Wednesday and all these events that have a build up to the season. Because there isn't a lot of events. I mean, the good thing about it, I see people playing job every weekend, so we can have a lit. Pums, every weekend we have job.
That's
By Carnival, we want to play again.
Yeah, I
A
know. I
lot of
know.
job playing, but that's a good thing because that's people might say this season there, but I think we had to create our own vibes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We had to create our own vibes, man.
Missy, give them some advice.
Advice. Ooh, I mean, I made so many notes on the previous topic. I didn't even get to say my part.
What? What Missy, say your part. Say your part. Say your part.
Listen, I have a laptop here. I was like, chicken nugget, chicken nugget, chicken.
We gotta do a part 2 or something, Missy.
You have to do a part two.
Otherwise, nothing.
But I love just to quickly say, I did an interview on the Catholic TV station and radio over the weekend to promote Sailor Mass that we're doing. And it was with Akima Paul Lambert, and she said, Carnival is not church. And I love that point that we need to remember Carnival is not church. So while we are picking apart various aspects of the festivities, we need to remember that we can't look at Carnival with church lens. You know what I mean? And I do believe that it is definitely parents' responsibility, just as it's parents' responsibility to teach their children about sex, drugs, alcohol. You know what I mean? Like, you have to equip your child before they're out there, because all those things are available. You know, they are options, and you have to make sure your child is grounded. In terms of advice, honestly, I love the content that the Spice Mass Corporation is putting out right now. I think having more visuals, I'm big on visuals. Having more visuals does a good bit in terms of promoting our carnival and getting people excited, and also having people learn. For instance, they posted a video of Miss St. Andrew talking about various aspects of St. Andrew I never even knew about, and that's where my family's from, you know? So I think things like that allow even Grenadians to have a greater pride and learn more. And on the topic of learning, one thing I think we can do is have a lot more, like Luni said, workshops. I remember attending a workshop when I was in primary school with Specky teaching about how to write a soca song in Mary Show House. That was something that used to happen very often when we were children. We need to develop more educational opportunities from mass for music. And when I say music, not just singing, but also musicians, all the various aspects of Carnival. If we develop that from an early age, I think we're good to go forever. You won't have these arguments because everybody will actually know what Carnival is about, and the product in itself will be better. I would say also just having a greater relationship with all the stakeholders and better communication among all those stakeholders, I think that will also help us to have successful seasons going forward.
All right, yeah, and Missy, you didn't cue it in, but I'll let them know that you have a very conservative, and I think that it is a good showcase of culture. The Sailor Mass, upscale TV Sailor Mass. Talk about a little bit about this and where could people register,
Sure.
get the packages for the band.
No problem. With my first ever shirt that I printed upstage on back in 2020 when we started. But we do have we're doing the traditional Sailor Mass. Some people didn't even know Sailor Mass was part of our traditional characters. But Sailor Mass, we revived it in 2022, and we're excited to do it again this year. We are entering Kiddies Carnival, so you can actually sign up to have your boys and girls between the ages of 3 to 15 play Sailor Mass with us. And what we're doing that's so important, Junior, with the kiddies aspect is that just before they get, like a few days before Kiddies Carnival, we're having a children's mass camp where they all come together in one place. We teach them about Sailor Mass. They learn the traditional sailor moves, dance moves, and they get to decorate their own sailor sticks. And that's our way of saying, this is how we can instill that educational component, because that's the only how we're ensuring that it continues for generations. So registration is actually closing this week. We extended it till Thursday for Kiddies Carnival. It's $250. All the costumes are made in Grenada by Grenadians. And we also have adult costumes and they are $5.50 and $5.95. And if you sign up early, you can get a discount. So they can visit upstagemass.com. That's upstagemass.com, or WhatsApp me 405-2255, 405-2255 for more information. Thank you,
Put all
Junior.
that information in the bottom in the description so you guys could check it out. Upscale. But of course, Luni Spark.
Upstage.
Electrify. Upstage mass. Yes, upstage. You say upstage. Upstage mass. Check it out. Luni Spark and Electrify, the brothers are getting ready for competition this week. Yeah. And everybody already saying, inside Monday, inside long. Looking forward to see you guys on the big stage.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Soca Monarch night.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
And listen, again, I want to congratulate you guys on a job well done. I'm looking forward to next year, bigger and better in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'd like to see, Junior?
Uh-huh.
I would like to see Luni Spark and Electrify Kids Soca Monarch be endorsed officially by the Spice Mass Corporation.
Yeah.
On the Spice Mass events calendar.
Okay.
Please and thanks. Because what they are doing, they're literally securing soca for like a next generation.
Yes.
How old was the youngest person on stage?
Would have been 12.
Okay.
12.
Nice.
Yeah, 12, yeah.
Plus
The
25.
youngest, right?
We good for another 25 years just by what they've been doing for the last 4 years with the Kids Soca Monarch. So that's what I would like to see.
Yep. And Lydia James put in the chat earlier, she's thinking that the winner should secure a space in probably the finals, the semifinals at least of the.
You see how we like to contradict ourselves.
Well, let's see. Lydia made that assertion. Let's see.
Last year we had the winner guest appearance in the National Soca Monarch.
Okay.
So I think it could be a conversation in the future whereby and the thing about it is the winner this year unfortunately he didn't get to register for Soca Monarch, but the song the second place actually in the semifinals, young man.
Okay.
So I feel like in the next 5 years we're gonna have like a 5 artists in Soca Monarch finals.
Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah.
And young man is 16 years old. Yeah.
So
nice.
I think they're ready. I think grooming they're getting that. They're getting they're getting enough support. I must big up some of the producers behind the scene. Rod Benjamin, big up yourself. Big up Dash every time for some of the mentoring. Rooney J also behind the scenes writing for some of the acts and assisting in every way possible. Because I think people like ourselves, the older ones, we are the right ones to guide them. I didn't have that opportunity growing up. I had to make it on my own and just search for it, find the vibes, and I'm here today. But I'm making it a little bit easier for them by guiding them the right way, teaching them the right thing to do. How to handle the stage, etc. So I mean, big up to all the producers, the artists, the team, Luni Spark Electrify, everybody behind the whole production. Missy, big up yourself.
Yeah, man.
Every time.
I don't see
Yeah, big up yourself.
Pumps. I don't know Pumps. Pumps. You went black on us, boy.
Karen Garner. Karen Garner in the car.
Anyway, Pumps, thank you so much, my brother, Luni Spark Electrify. I'm gonna be in Greens in the next couple hours. You guys gonna see me in St. George's, all right? Couple hours. I'm getting ready to jump on a plane as soon as I run out here. Whoosh!
Safe flight. And I'll see y'all at Beach Bum and Carnival Sunday as well. Get your tickets now.
Absolutely. Big up yourself, guys. Catch you guys later. Guys, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, right along live. We'll be right back. Don't move.
Hello, this is Ramji, wandering the streets of St. George's, Grenada, looking for party.
Psst, hey you.
Huh? Who, me?
Yeah, you. Come here.
What?
You want to party?
Yeah.
All right then, shut up and listen to this guy.
Anyone lock me and look for you? Grenada, get ready for the International Celebrity Cruise Grenada Carnival Edition. Sold out in New York and around the world. And it's back in Grenada, and this year it's so large, So grand, so magnificent. Get ready for the International Celebrity Day Cruise featuring Brother B.
She let the old man and she go down to the young one.
But wait. That's not all. There's more. Also featuring and performing live, Dave.
Bully going up, sharp. I'm going up, bluff.
Get ready for the International Celebrity Day Cruise and featuring direct from Trinidad,
Iowa, George.
Time to Shelly play. Shelly play.
Plus many more surprises and international guests to be announced.
the largest celebrity cruise ever.
It's the Riders Promotion and Amazing Colors Celebrity Cruise, the sexy edition. Sunday, August 13th, boarding time 10 a.m. sharp aboard the Embassy.
It's the Celebrity Cruise Grenada Carnival Edition.
Now remember, that's Sunday, August 13th, boarding at 10 a.m. sharp. Tickets available right now at the Amazing Colors Mass Camp or call 473-415-6174. Or at celebritycruise.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets now. This one comes to your compliments, Ride Along Live and Clark Scott Run.
The Celebrity Cruise.
NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.